Speak to be heard, not just right. How you're framing your voice for survival, not leadership. Welcome back to the Confident Woman Lead podcast. I'm your host, Anita Miller. And today we're going to talk about how you're showing up when you're speaking. Because I want you to be able or have awareness for the reason you're not being heard in these rooms. A big part of it is you're not actually framing your voice for leadership. You're framing it for survival. And you've gotten so used to doing it, you don't even realize you're doing it anymore. It just seems like what is. So let me tell you, every single day, I see smart, brilliant, capable Black women walking into meetings and giving updates like they're trying to defend themselves instead of lead. You're opening the meeting with disclaimers. You're offering solutions wrapped in a list of problems. You're trying not to be, air quotes, too direct. So now your voice has no weight. You sound timid even. And the thing is, you think you're being clear. You think you're being strategic. You think, but I'm telling you the truth. You're speaking to be right, not to be received. Here's what many high-performing Black women are doing in the workspace. And it's something I've done. And when I was doing it, I didn't have awareness, which is why I'm bringing it to your attention. So this might sting a little bit, but I promise I'm doing it for your good. What you're doing is framing your message from what's wrong instead of what's possible. You're talking about how hard you worked instead of the results you delivered. What you hope they understand instead of what they need to act on. And then you end up frustrated because the room doesn't respond in the manner you desire. And so let me just say, in leadership, if it doesn't land, it doesn't matter. Now, let's take what I just said a step further, because again, I know where this comes from. We've been trained, sometimes by trauma, sometimes by strategy, to protect everybody else's comfort. So we soften our tone. We over-explain to prove we're prepared. We start with a whole preamble so we don't sound aggressive. But let me ask you something. If you're putting your power last in every sentence, why are you surprised when people don't see you as a leader or pick you last? In these cases, they're not experiencing your confidence. They're not experiencing your authority. They're not experiencing your self-protection and your embodiment on standing on business for you. And that's not leadership. That's learned behavior. Now, again, let me be clear. I'm not talking about speaking up from a talking louder perspective. And for many of us, it's not even a matter of being more confident. It's a matter of reframing. Because right now, your voice is wrapped in survival. But when you learn how to shift the frame, when you lead with the point instead of the preamble, when you speak from the result, not the report, when you walk into that room with a message that moves the conversation forward, that's when the room shifts. That is when you shift. Inside of CWL this month, we have been talking about reframing in a multitude of ways. We're not talking about how to say things nicely. We're talking about how to say them powerfully and how to say things powerfully in different scenarios. We're holding up a mirror on how we've been taught to communicate and showing you how to shift it so people hear you. So your experience as a leader you already are. And if you're tired of over-explaining, getting overlooked or passed over, or being the one with the right answers and still not being heard, come join us. this month, the Leadership Communication Blueprint is also going live. We're inside of week 2 of the Reframing Challenge, and there's still time to get in the room. There's still time to learn how to reframe your message so that people hear you, so that people not only hear you, but they take action. I mean, imagine that you see where a process is broken and you have an idea for it. And instead of talking about the problem to your boss and telling the boss that it needs to be fixed, you're able to articulate the opportunity and why it's of value. Now, as always, remember, confident women lead because we know how to reframe our messaging for opportunities instead of problems. I love you, sis. Let's get to work.